Do you have any idea who are the hackers?
Governor Espinilla?
Mr. Chairman, we have no idea as to who perpetrated the cybercrime because it was committed
What is that
overseas.
again? Will you please speak louder, because although this representation is the youngest senator, is hard of hearing and seeing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I said that we have no idea as to who...
Until today, you have no idea.
But, Mr.
How
Chairman,
about AMLA?
Ms. Julia Abad?
Your Honor, from all the circumstances, it would appear that the hacking happened in the outside the Philippines. And
What is that again? Will you speak slowly and clearly to me?
it appears, Your Honor, that hacking happened outside the Philippines, not here in the Philippines. So,
Yes, but, are you
it
not
is beyond.
interested to find out?
It would be interesting to know, Your Honor, how it was committed and who committed it, but it is no longer within our jurisdiction to investigate that aspect, Your Honor, the hacking aspect.
Why not? Why not?
Because it happened in another jurisdiction, Your Honor. We don't have authority or jurisdiction to investigate that part, Your Honor.
Who should investigate the hacking aspect of this and the money flow
I'd like to believe, Your
in
Honor,
and out of the country?
I believe, Your Honor, that the Bangladesh government has requested assistance from the U.S. government to look into this or to investigate into the.
How about
hacking
the
event.
Philippine government? Have they taken any initiative to ask the Chinese government to identify Mr. Ding Hua Zi and Mr.
Gao?
Mr. Gao and all the caboodles that are gambling here? Have you taken the initiative to involve the diplomatic service to ask their counterpart? This is the broader aspect of this problem.
Yes, Your Honor, we haven't done that precisely because we just learned of these names only recently or just now. So, but with this information coming in, yeah, we'll try to find out, Your Honor. We'll try to gather more information pertaining to these persons, Your Honor.
Have you taken any step to check the characters that were mentioned by Mr. Wong here, by Mr. Kim? And
No.
all the names bandied around. We're talking about internal problems and pointing at each other who is to be blamed and who must go to jail. But we are not protecting the interest of the country. I'm interested in protecting the country and the integrity of its systems, including our diplomatic relations with other countries. Because right now, I think they think of this country as a weak link in the international financial system. 3 days we have been talking here. I'm listening. But these basic issues are not touched. That's why when I'll tell you, when Mr. Kim, I asked him, and it entered my mind that maybe Mr. Ding is the center of the whole thing. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Or do you do not give any importance of these names?
Well, considering, Your Honor, that
We're busy pointing at each other. This bank, this agent, that agent, this sugar roll, that sugar roll. What is that? We know that already. We have the internal laws, but they've broken it through a new technology that perhaps was an ABC to the hackers, but it is very esoteric to us. Now, I'm addressing this to you because you are a part of this present government. What has that government done to be concerned about this problem and to mobilize the machinery of this government to protect itself and to protect other states from being victimized.
Your Honor, this discovery would perfectly demonstrate the fact that the non-inclusion of the casino sector in the coverage of the AMLA is a big gap in our anti-money laundering regime. Had the casino sector been included in the coverage of the AMLA, probably all these transactions by the junket operators with the casino would have been reported to us.
To Congress, we have established the laws for you to execute. You have enough powers. Stop blaming Congress. Blame the people who control the House of Representatives because they were the ones who removed the provision that I introduced, at least to bring the casino operation under the ambit of the AMLA. And you are a part of the administration right now. Now you tell me, what has this government done to come into the picture except for you to appear here to really go to the bottom of this national problem? Answer.
Your Honor, since the Bangladesh government has requested assistance from us, from the Central Bank of the Philippines, from the AMLA, to recover
they
their
have
money,
asked for assistance from whom?
Your Honor, the Bangladesh government has
I'm talking about the Philippine government of the Republic Incorporated of the Philippines.
Your Honor, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the AMLA are part of the government of the Philippines. And since the Bangladesh government has requested assistance both from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the Anti-Money Laundering Council, then that's what we are doing right now. We're trying to identify where all these stolen funds
Have you identified where the rest of the money went? We stop at the casinos, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. That's
How about the outward flow of the money? Did the money remain in the country? Is it still, money has no earmark, but is the bulk of the 81 million still in the country, or it has passed through our banking system and out of the Philippines?
Your Honor, there's no way for us to know where the junket operators brought the money, Your Honor.
Don't tell me that way. That's an excuse. I'm talking about the money laundering council, how it is operating. You have the law. If that is all you can do, I don't know what is going to happen.
Your Honor, please. There's an admission from one of our resource persons that big part of this money went to the junket operators, and it would appear that the money is still with them.
So
but we don't have information.
How did the junket operator move that money from the Philippine banking system and out of it?
Your Honor, that's what I'm saying. We don't have a way to know that because they are not reporting to the AMLAC. Their transactions are not reported to the AMLAC precisely because they are not covered persons. They are not covered by the provisions of the AMLA, and they have no obligations to report their transactions to the AMLAC, Your Honor.
The Central Bank, don't you have enough power to determine how this money flowed out?
Under the present setup, we don't have power to do that, Your Honor, because they are not covered by the AMLA, Your Honor.
So you say you're powerless. What kind of power do you further need? Include the casinos?
That has been the relief that we are seeking, Your Honor.
I'm asking you a pointed question because I will not be here anymore, but I'm asking you, what will the future Congress do? How will they craft the law? You have the experience now. You are the executors of the law. You know your deficiencies. You know your weaknesses. Tell us. Include the casinos. Is that your solution?
Yes, Your Honor. Include the casino in the coverage of the law and require the casino operators, including the junket operators, to comply with the obligations provided under the law, which include customer identification, record keeping, and reporting of suspicious and covert transactions, Your Honor.
You better start crafting the law that you want, so that you will have no excuses in the
Your Honor, this, for the record, Your Honor, there are already pending bills which we filed with the 16th Congress, and I think that is a perfect draft for the for the inclusion of the casino in the coverage of the law. So I think if this present Congress won't be able to approve the pending bills, probably the next Congress we will propose the same bill for consideration of the Congress, Your Honor.
How soon do you think can the government uncover the nationality of the hackers?
I have to admit, Your Honor, that I cannot tell. I think I understand that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is doing the investigation on that, Your Honor.
Crime group in Malacanang. You have the National Bureau of Investigations. You have the Central Bank. Banco Central. You have the Money Laundering Council power. You have all the kinds of agencies involved in this. What more do you need? Only the inclusion of casinos in your AMLA? That's the only way you can protect the country?
Ms. Julia, above.
Your Honor, from all the circumstances, it would appear that the hacking happened in the outside the Philippines.
What is that again? Will you speak slowly and clearly to me?
It appears, Your Honor, that hacking happened outside the Philippines, not here in...
Although this representation is the youngest senator, is hard of hearing and seeing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I said that we have no idea as to who...
Until today, you have no idea.
But Mr.
How
Chairman,
about AMLA? Do you have any idea who are the hackers?
Governor Espinilla.
Mr. Chairman, we have no idea as to who perpetrated the cybercrime because it was committed
What is that again? Will you please speak louder? Because
Your Honor, we don't have authority or jurisdiction to investigate that party, Your Honor.
who should investigate the hacking aspect of this and the money flow
I'd like to believe, Your
in
Honor,
and out of the country?
I believe, Your Honor, that the Bangladesh government has requested assistance in the Philippines. So,
Yes, but, are
it
you
is
not
beyond...
interested to find out?
It would be interesting to know, Your Honor, how it was committed and who committed it, but it is no longer within our jurisdiction to investigate that aspect, Your Honor, the hacking aspect.
Why not? Why not?
Because it happened in another jurisdiction.